opportunity, Brady, and I have a family in the area, and we definitely want to stay in the area, and I hear nothing but positive about Greenway students and staff, and so to me it was a no-brainer.
All right, what's your least favorite color?
My least favorite color. I know what the required answer is. Do I have to give the required answer, or can I just give, like, really truly what is my least favorite color?
What do you feel answer should that be?
Well, I'm assuming the least favorite color that I'm politically correctly supposed to say is orange. Would that be correct?
That'd be correct, yes.
Okay, well,
Biggest pet peeve?
my biggest pet peeve. People that complain but do not want to be a part of the solutions.
Ms. Kaufman, how has been your first week here at teaching in Greenway?
It's been great. I've never been a teacher before for the family and consumer science, so this is new, but a lot of enthusiastic students, so I'm real excited about that.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is when I'm talking or somebody else in the class has the floor to speak and people aren't being respectful. So respect is my, I really look for that in people is developing that skill and being respectful.
What's your least favorite color?
I don't have a least favorite color. I love lots of colors.
Colorful. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born in Ely, Minnesota, and when I was very young, we moved to the Grand Rapids area. I'm 56 years old, and so I've been here for a really long time. I'm all about horses. I have 5 horses, and I do a lot of horseback riding in the woods. I grew up hunting deer and grouse and duck, and so I'm all about being out in the woods.
Go.
What are your plans for hunting this weekend?
Well, let me tell you, it's a full weekend plan. You got the youth hunt come Saturday morning. So we're taking the boys out and doing the youth duck hunt. Then we got to travel over to Bemidji, get the bear hunt in, and then on Sunday doing the little goose hunting. Dinner on the table.
Thank you.
So, Miss Holm, tell us how you did this weekend.
We rocked. We got 4 ducks in our boat, not quite the limit, but they tasted delicious, wrapped in bacon last night, and a grouse, and 3 bear cubs came in, but we didn't shoot any of those bear cubs. So it was terrific, fantastic, and grab your gun, Billy, we're ready to go.
All right, thank you.
Where were you on 9/11?
I was at Greenway High School, and I was working in the office, and I got a phone call from the local newspaper, and he says, "You better have them turn on the TV because history is happening." And so we went and got the principal, and they had all the televisions turned on in the high school, and they watched what was going on.
Okay. How did that make you feel?
Nervous, excited, like what's going to happen.
What does it mean to you to respect the flag and do the pledge every week?
Well, it's very important to respect the flag and remove your hats every year around the flag in the parades when the vets walk by. My dad was in World War II, and I just feel that what they did and all the vets, that the reason why we have our freedom is because of that, and the flag represents what the vets did for our country.
Never forget, it was sophomore, higher algebra, second hour of the morning, when we really figured out what was going on. By that time the second plane had hit. We were watching it live in class. I just remember our teacher taking everything he was doing that day and putting it aside. That was probably the most memorable thing, but the day started with that morning before school. We all started seeing the first plane hit and some of that news coming across on the TV. And we had a big commons area at my high school. And we always sat way on the opposite side of where that TV was. And we had a buddy come over and start telling us, hey, something's going on, planes are hitting buildings in New York. And I remember we all thought, we actually joked about it, as horrible as it is now to think back. We thought it was cartoons. We thought people were putting some kind of weird cartoons on TV. It was just completely unthinkable. And the days after, I remember so clearly, I thought I'd never be a teacher a day in my life. There were so many of my friends and we were ready to go into the military the next day.
Where were you on 9/11?
I was actually home. It was a Tuesday morning, and I worked for Northwest Airlines at the time, and I woke up and I saw a plane in the building, and I thought, oh my gosh, is that a Northwest plane? And I was watching, and then as I was watching, I watched the second plane fly into the building, and I immediately thought, we are being bombed by our own planes. Oh my gosh. And I called my neighbor and said, you have to watch this. And I remember my son Taylor was 3 and my other son was only 2 months old. And I was so scared, and I remember crying thinking, what am I going to do? How can I protect these 2 little boys? And I just remember watching everybody and all the losses in the planes go. The FAA grounded the planes for 3 days at that time, and I had to go back to work at Northwest and answer the phones and listen to the people that were stranded in Europe for a month at a time because they couldn't get on the next flight. The next flight doesn't mean you get on the next flight, you get on the next available flight. After 300 people had been displaced for a couple days at a time, it was very crazy. Parents were calling and just crying, and kids were crying, and how am I going to get my kids home? And there's no car rentals because all the flights were, it was just the craziest time. And then probably about a week later, it ended up being people calling and saying, we need to return, we need to get a flight because I need to go identify my child's body, or I need to go identify my spouse and stuff like that. So it was an amazing, amazing experience to go through, and I will never forget it.
I'm hoping it'll be a little quieter out here, and we're kind of close to, well, before the AIs were kind of all over the place. Now we're all right next to one another, so we can kind of meet and confer.
Okay, thank you.
So, was there?
This space will be used for math, music, and art.
Hey Pat, what's up? Hey Pat. What? 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 What's happening? Oh, you haven't taken the student's voice survey yet, huh? Mrs. Sutherland, what is exactly the student voice survey?
The Student Voice Survey is going to be for all students in grades 7 through 12, and they will take it the week of September 22nd to the 26th. And really what the survey is going to focus on is the young people's perceptions of the strengths they have in the community and maybe what resources they do need to have a successful future.
So this is something we should take seriously.
Absolutely. After all of the students take the survey, what will happen is the community will look at the data and they will figure out what areas maybe students are saying, hey, we need more resources in this area, and therefore then they'll put those resources in place so that the students have healthy futures and the resources available to them.
Mr. Britt. Hey, morning, Mr. Mel. You know, just running a little late looking for a parking spot. Tough to find. Not this Chevy Silverado. Oh, well, my John Deere does a pretty good job, but... oh, I see a spot right up here. No, that's my spot. I'll get it. That's my spot. That's my spot. Hey, that's my spot. With these 60 Pride tickets or stamps, it's my parking spot for the week. You got 60 Pride stickers? Yeah, check it out. Oh, man, I wish I had 60. Yeah. So with 60, you get a free parking space? 1 week. Oh, man, I'm going to work on my Pride Pass book. 60. I recommend it. Okay, well, hey, have at her. Get that John Deere out of Silverado's way. We're locked up. I'll run that John Deere over.